2, 3, go.
1, 2, mic check. 1, 2, even 5 like Gaetano. What? Here we go. One time. History is a mystery, like chemistry, physics, and biology. But because my name is Gaetano, I must stay hanging there till my dying day.
Let's go.
Barita Gaetano Kagwa. Yeah, done. Yeah, man.
Oh God.
Hold on. Let me try out something. Gaetano. This is something I saw. They did to Liam. What's that guy of I'm gonna find you?
Liam Nielsen. Liam Nielsen.
Yeah,
I
want
will
you
find
to.
you.
Can
I
you
will kill you.
Can you right now act like imagine?
Okay, I'm Liam Nielsen.
No, imagine I'm a high school student
Right.
and I didn't do my homework.
Okay.
And you're my teacher.
Okay. Steve, you didn't do your homework. I asked you over and over again. I will not remind you. If you don't do it again, I will find you and I'll chiboko you.
Oh, man. It's the Master Bass, ladies and gentlemen. We're back again. Hey. Okay. Joker guy.
Benon, I'm going to leave this interview now.
Let's go.
Yo. Now, Steve,
Yeah.
you know this guy was still young, eh?
He's still young.
But today in our presence, we have the first ever Ugandan celebrity. Okay, the guy who is not, the first guy was not a politician, not
Yeah.
to shut down the country.
My God.
Were you alive?
Yeah, I was.
Where were you when this guy returned to the country?
I don't remember. But I had a story that involved the chopper and all that.
Yeah, they just had to rescue him with a chopper because
The fans had gone crazy.
yeah.
What?
And, okay, guys like Arthur might think we are joking.
Yeah.
Derek,
Mateba wasn't born.
yeah. So this guy, you shut down the country.
Am I allowed to speak for myself?
Gaetano Kagwa, ladies and gentlemen, we're still
Everybody!
introducing you.
Oh,
Let's go.
Woo-wee.
I've heard.
Welcome to the Master Bass.
Am I allowed to speak for myself on the
no.
Master Bass?
We are done with the intro.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Master Bass.
I don't know if I should say thank you, if I should walk away. I really don't. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We are so happy to have you.
Pleasure.
This was so much anticipated. Like it
Pleasure's
was,
mine. Actually, we've been putting this off for quite some time. There's always something that comes up.
No,
This
because
guy.
we had to prepare the way for the. We
Prepare.
just couldn't have you just like that.
So you're prepared with water and chips?
we
and
brought
crisps?
out all the
Yeah.
cameras, all the expensive gadgets.
Hey.
If you watch all the previous episodes,
Yeah.
there's no one.
No-
Hey.
We've tried. You have sips. There's vinyebwa in there.
Katogo.
Yeah, so we're still running on a small budget. But
yes.
when the numbers improve,
Yeah.
and you come back, you'll find a feast.
More crisps and more water.
We'll break bread.
Amina.
So nice to have you, man.
It's good to be here, man.
And
So good to have you, Gaetano.
one thing about this guy, and I don't know if you know it, but you have a great spirit that spills over and very infectious. I don't know whether, and okay, I'm speaking for myself, but I know that's who you are. That's what you are. You are fun. You
Good vibes.
yeah, you're good vibes. Just like the morning show that you do with Lucky. The stuff that you do, that's you, and it's not like you're working.
You know, they say that, first of all, you can continue with the accolades. Those are very nice.
Yeah, we have a virtual crowd, but sometimes they are so slow to react.
They need to
We'll pay them better.
You'll pay them
next time.
better. You give them water and crisps. Yeah, because they say that it takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you know that.
Okay, looks like today we're going to be breaking this button. Okay.
No wonder.
So to be able to smile and laugh every single day, it's even your biologically, your whole sense and your whole being is a lot easier, But to be moping and it happens. But my mom said when I was growing up, may she rest in peace, if you can have a genuine laugh, not just laughing of foie,
Yes.
but a genuine laugh every single day. My mom used to laugh. And if you can have one genuine laugh every single day, then you'll be all right.
You know what? We made a mistake. We should have had Lucky as well here.
Yeah.
Yo, you guys laugh.
That's
Gaetano.
Steve, talk to your friend.
The president has
I think there was a song yokuseka tuchitegedesa.
Nimekuchisusa.
Why?
Guy, I'm so interested in knowing your typical day. There's so many things we take for granted. You enter your car in the morning, very early in the morning, and you switch on your radio, and I'm expecting to hear your voice, and you're always there.
Is this a PG? What PG is this?
13.
PG 82.
Parental guidance 82. So I can talk freely.
Yes.
No. I make sure in the evening I wash my balls.
He's talking about basketball.
Yeah.
And
Baseballs.
Yeah.
Balls. No, it's my days, I think, like anybody else's, except my first alarm goes off at 4:30 in the morning. That's the first one. That 4:30 a.m. alarm is just why?
It's like,
just don't relax. Don't get up yet.
It's
But
almost
just be as if warming up. Then I have another one that goes off at 4:45. That one says, "Are you almost ready now? You chill." Then I have another one at 4:50, which is saying, "Get up." Should I miss that 4:51, which I generally don't? Should I miss that 4:50 a.m. alarm? There's another one goes off at 5 that says, "You bastard, get up." And
Get
the F up. And that's when I get up. Then I have another one at 5:15. The one at 5:15 is saying, "Hey boss, you better get ready to leave the house." Then I have, but most times it finds me in the car. I have another one at 5:25 saying, "Get out of the house." So otherwise, because I'm not a morning person, I've been doing breakfast shows on radio for many years, but I am not a morning person. I hate waking up. I hate it. I complain to myself every day. I'm like, but do I really have to go to work? And then I see the bills. I say, I can't get in. So yeah, that's how my day starts, and then I'm at work. And we kick off from 6 o'clock at 10 with the Lucky Gaetano Lucky on Capital. And we have to laugh. We have to genuinely laugh at ourselves. Because otherwise, if we don't, then everybody else who's listening to the show won't get that vibe and that mood to sort of get up in the morning.
And man, I have to say thank you. You guys, I don't know if you understand the magnitude of your job. Like
do people ever meet you and they're like, "Thank you for making my morning"?
They do,
every single
Steve,
day.
They do. Even actually, so during COVID, one of the things I kind of liked, were masks. You put on your mask and you sort of become invisible. But then COVID went 1 year. 2 years. So by 6 months, 7 months, now people got used to people wearing masks. They could still recognize them. Yes. So then masks became, if you're trying to hide, you can't really hide. But they do that, They come and they say, "Hey, thanks for the show. We appreciate it." And that also gives you gas. Gives you energy.
That I'm actually
wake up.
Positively contributing to someone else's day.
Yes. Do you know?
Besides the time, do you like what you do? Because I know that there's a time thing, that morning thing.
It's painful.
But what if it was at lunch or in the evening?
The good thing about waking up at that time, Steve, is that when you're done by 10, you can now go and do your own biashara. At 10. Whereas if you're doing maybe 12, a show at 12 or 3 o'clock, you wake up, you have to be there at that time, and then the day ends and you want to do things, but you can't because it's already
Yeah.
late. The business day has ended.
Yeah.
Whereas the breakfast show, you start early, you finish early.
Yeah.
And then you do your own thing. So there's the upside,
Yeah.
but it's the downside of actually having to wake up. And let me tell you something, radio is not easy. I was just talking here with Benon. The platforms nowadays are so many that anybody can go to any platform now, be it another radio station, be it an online station or a podcast, and tune in. So what am I saying that will make you
Choose
tune in?
that over everything else.
It's changed. Before you just open your mouth and talk.
Yeah.
Now, people already have that information.
There has to be a niche. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have that information, you're telling me. What else? So you have to have that information maybe
Yeah.
to make them,
Yeah, your
come in.
opinion has to be a bit.
Yeah, because you remember, even in the olden days, I'm also part of those days. Like I would go to radio to listen to music. Sometimes we would get cassette tapes, for those who don't know what those are, and wait. Just in case they play your song, you press record. That's the only time you get that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now I have Apple Music, I have
you can
Spotify.
stream,
Like
you
I'm
can-
like, even when I'm in my car, I would want to connect my phone on Bluetooth and play a playlist from Spotify. So if it's a radio program, it has to be something
Really
so
engaging.
engaging that I have to put off everything else and listen to it. That's so
This
powerful.
is true. This is true.
Yeah.
So after 10, what do you do?
Well, I mean, after 10, like I said, my own beer shara, I can do whatever I want. Sometimes, of course, there's meetings, at the station, so you gotta. And actually, what happens sometimes, and Lucky makes fun of me. If we have a meeting after the show at 10, you get up, you finish your show, then you go upstairs and for the meeting. And I have a problem. I'll still again bend on this. If I'm not moving, if I'm not active, if I'm sitting still doing nothing, I fall asleep. Because I've woken up so early.
Yeah.
So I have to be moving. So I go for meetings in the boardroom or whatnot with our bosses, and I fall asleep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I put my hat on, and now they know. Oh, that one.
Yeah.
But I be listening as if.
Passively.
Yeah, passively listening. So yeah, it's very difficult. Let me just say before I tell you what else I do with my day, radio and even with podcasts and now and online things.
Yeah.
But I'll speak for radio here in Uganda or wherever you are in the world. Radio is one of those shows where your boss knows exactly what you're doing.
Okay.
You can't. Normally you come to work. You can get on your computer, pretend to be working. Kumbe, you're playing
Yeah.
solitaire.
And you look busy.
You look
Yeah.
busy. Meanwhile, you're on porn or whatever it is. You look very busy. But with the radio, because the person is listening.
Yeah.
So everything that
Are
you
you
do,
actually working?
exactly, because
Yeah.
we have afterwards. You did this wrong. You did this wrong. How can you improve this? So we actually sort of got those KPIs. But the good thing about radio is that you never really know who's listening.
Yeah.
I always make the joke. At any given time, I'm the one who wakes up the president.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm banging my jokes and whatnot, and or maybe some leader or somebody influential, and they're
yeah.
listening to me.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
empowering in that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So,
That's deep.
Yeah.
It's deep, eh?
Yeah.
Eh,
It is. Because there are some people who will be radio. I remember when I was younger, when my dad used to take me to school, they used to listen to Katolo Bwama's thing, whatever he did with that other guy.
Kalisoliso.
Aha.
Abemchi.
It was like a must. That thing was like a thing for him for them to turn on that thing every time we went to school. So for me, it was always something we always had to listen to every time we went to school. How long have you been on radio?
I started radio in 2004.
Jesus.
You have to be kidding me.
I started radio in 2004 after Big Brother Africa. That's when I started. I started doing one show, in the morning on Saturdays. Then Kalu show like a Sunday. Then they shifted me to the Drive afternoon drive show like that for some time.
Still on Capital?
Still on Capital.
Okay.
Actually, I sharpened all of my tools on Capital. Then doing the afternoon drive show. I remember I used to do a show with Juliana Kanyongozi. So she taught me a lot as well because she'd been there for some time. And then after that, they shifted me to the breakfast show. And of course, that's the show that it's the show that it's your flagship show, so to speak. So So since 2004, and I've moved around to different radio stations. I left Capital, but now I'm back. I'm back there. I even did radio in Kenya.
Hey. Actually, you've hinted on something that sort of preempted my next question. I'm keen to know whether you think Big Brother played a role in what you're doing now, like, radio. We see you, in TV shows, acting, these other things. Do you think it catapulted you in there?
Yeah.
Did you have a skill? There are some people that are actually talented and they don't even know that, they can do this kind of thing.
Well, again, we're living in a digital world. And why I'm mentioning this is that you say that the people who have skills or talents that they don't know. But nowadays, people are putting their skills online, on TikTok, Sijui, on what, and they are making money out of it. But it's a talent they did not know they had and has been propelled by the platforms that they're on. So after BBA, of course, there was no real social media, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I had the opportunity to go back to school because I was doing a degree in law at Makerere University. I actually left Makerere to go to Big Brother Africa when I was in my third year. So when
Very unserious.
That is before that's before you go to Law Development.
Yes, before Law Development Center, LDC. But then when I came back from BBA, people were like, okay, so you're going to go back to school, right? But at that time, I was still kind of just enjoying the flow, enjoying the notoriety. I was like, school can wait, I'll go back. But when it came down to actually making the decision, am I going to go back to school? Somebody said, Gaetano, you go back to school and do what? Now you've been away for 106 days in the Big Brother house. That's a long time.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. You're going to go back to school. You're going to go back to your... shout out Nkrumah Oye. You're going to go back to Nkrumah and go back to those lecture halls and do what? Be in the library trying to read notes from pages which have been torn out in the lib. I said, Gaetano, strike while the iron is hot. You are making money. You are enjoying what you do. So continue riding this wave because the next big thing 5 minutes later will come up and people will move on.
Yes.
So that's when I made the conscious decision to do this. And, it's been a progressive thing. I didn't know I could do it. I did enjoy radio. I did enjoy television. I enjoyed acting from a very young age, but I never pursued it actively. So I took the opportunity and I said, Capital FM came and said, hey, can you come and do this? Studio 53, a Pan-African show I used to do.
Oh, that was a big show.
They said, can you do?
Enjoy that show.
Yes.
And, you were all over Africa.
Yes,
everywhere in the world.
traveling. So everything was progressive and I just kept learning. One thing I always do, Steve and Benon, is I never think, no matter how long I've been somewhere, that I know everything.
Because, and that speaks to the point of your longevity. Because next year it's going to be 20 years.
Yeah. Yes.
Like from 2004 to 2024, 20 years. I mean, many people have come on radio and have left, but that longevity there has to be something to it. And I think it's what you just said.
You have just put my age into perspective.
There's a previous host. There's a creative we hosted who said, "Man, you always have to be teachable. Don't act like you know it all."
Yes. This is true.
The world changes so fast. And the other thing he mentioned, you have to strike when the iron is hot. There are some people, we want to host Uncle Mo one of these days. But Uncle Mo, in my opinion, his comedian career started in COVID. Like that's it. And that he has never turned back. After that, he knew, okay, this is something that can happen, and it has really,
I think he's one of the most creative,
you know what I mean,
content creators out there.
You know what I mean. So he's like what you said. At that moment, I think COVID, it was very bad and devastating for so many people. But for him, it was sort of like a blessing and a chance for him to launch into that.
I look forward to his clips and everything. They're very entertaining.
They're very
entertaining. I would like to know about the experience working on that show, Studio 53. The traveling, the schedules, and a bit of behind the scenes, what goes on, because you could see it was a proper.
It was
a proper production, proper TV show.
So when I finished Big Brother Africa, they sent me. I got a call saying, "Listen, there's a new show that we want to do. It's called Studio 53. It's this kind of show that talks about fashion, places, people, cuisine, you name it. And we want you to be one of the country hosts. Because there's the main host, then you had a bunch of people going out in the field, like reporters as if. So I told them. Then they asked me, "Can you please send us your CV?" I said, CV. First of all, I did not even know how to spell CV. So
Steve, what is CV in full?
Curriculum vitae.
Vita. Is it Vita?
Yeah?
Curriculum?
By Vita, huh?
Y'all don't know.
No, I think it's it's French. Curriculum vitae.
So say it with an accent.
That one. Okay, CV.
All right. So I told them, guys, I honestly don't have a curriculum vitae. I don't have that. I told them,
how could I have? I'm a Big Brother winner.
Do you understand? So they said, okay. So I told them, maybe just use whatever footage you can from the Big Brother house to see whether or not I fit your. So I didn't think they'll get back to me. I thought, no. But they did. They said, okay, you know what? You're going to be the host for Uganda and wherever you have to travel. And that's how I got onto Studio 53. And I was extremely nervous and very coy, very reserved. I did not know how to express myself in front of a camera and be myself. I thought, I've got to be, hello and welcome to Studio.
Look serious.
My director came from South Africa. He said, Gaetano, stop. I want you to be you. Don't think about the camera. Don't think about the people who are around you, because you're shooting in a live place. People are watching you, so you're feeling a bit shy. He says, just ignore all of that and be you. If you want to get up and dance, if you want to roll around, because I think we're doing a feature where there was some dancing, just do it. And that was the best advice. I dropped all of this pretense of, hey, good evening. And we took off. Like that. I went from being a presenter on the show. Then because they wanted every country to sort of develop its own stories and grow its own sort of industry in that area, South Africa then brought us to South Africa, and we had a masterclass, so to speak, of how to become a producer and a director. Because before they were doing the producing and everything, they'd fly somebody from. So it was a way of saving money. They'd fly in by making us our own directors and producers, they were saving money. Whereas before,
but again, skilling you.
Exactly. So they skilled us, and I learned how to produce. I learned how to direct. I learned how to be the host of the show, and also I was wearing different hats. But that's how that started. But let me tell you something. As you would know and as you would know, what you see on screen, even if it's just 5 minutes or even 3 minutes, can take hours to shoot. So there is the facade of everything. It's a lot of work and traveling. You're living out of a suitcase. You're in hotels, eating homemade food. So it becomes very lonely at times, but you have to make the most of it. I mean, I went to Namibia. I went to Madagascar. I went to Germany. I went to the US. You name it. I went to, I think, was it Ghana? So I've been very fortunate that show kind of exposed me to so many other countries. But after that, everything that came along, I just kind of grabbed it and was myself.
I really appreciate your professionalism. There's a project we worked on last year or 2 years?
About a year and a half ago. Maybe.
2 years?
And, I knew you had, worked all over the globe and with big productions. But I could see your patience because you knew what it takes.
What it takes.
And,
repeating things. And then you have to sit there for hours as they deal with someone else who's not getting their lines right. Oh, my God.
There's a saying that goes in production, hurry up and wait. That's what I learned.
Hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and
I like
wait.
that. Hurry up and wait.
Yeah. So whatever you do is not just. I mean, you're talented, but also you've learned certain things. You've been like that. What you just talked about. You learned a bit about directing, and
Producing,
So at least you have some sort of education.
Well, I mean, I learned it the hard way. I learned it on the ground, so to speak.
Yeah.
The one thing
job.
you're on the job. The one thing I'm yet to really learn is, like in my head when I'm producing and directing, I know where it should go, but I don't know the technical aspect of actually editing.
Oh, okay.
But I can edit in my head.
Yeah.
But the technical aspect,
Which
I've got
is
to
fair
learn
enough.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, you leave that for the editors.
But it's good to know.
Yeah, to have the knowledge.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Imagine if I knew I wouldn't hire an editor. I'd do it myself and save money.
You know, there are certain things you don't want to stress yourself over. Like, I used to be like that. I used to want to know everything. I was the guy who would, watch all the tutorials. Oh, there's this new plugin. Oh, there's this, After Effects I need to, da-da-da-da-da. But, you tend to lose grip on the stuff that you can do. Like, for example, if, you want to be a director, it's good to know all that stuff. That, like when I'm directing and, I'm having trouble with, I know I can cheat this and do ABCD. But I'll leave that for the editor and trust that, he will do a better job in stitching my stuff together so that I become a very, very good and concentrate on, being a good director.
You have to, and you said something very important, Benon. You have to trust the people around you.
Yeah.
It's like micromanaging.
Yeah.
Why are you
It does
micromanaging?
not.
If I've hired people to do this job, why am I going to micromanage?
Yeah.
I got my brother Tendo to be a cameraman, and he's very good at what he
Tendo
does.
Kagwa.
Yeah. So I brought Globetech in, and they were the camera people. And I had so much trust in him because I did not understand. He would say, you can't use this shot because of AB. I'd be like, fine. So I trusted him. But I would always watch, listen, and try and learn whenever I could. But otherwise, you have to have trust in your people.
Because you hire them because of their competence.
Exactly.
You're like, I believe they can do
Exactly.
what they're supposed to
And
do.
and even if they mess up, we learn from our mistakes.
Yeah, you're like, I always say that every time you make a mistake, your margin of error reduces. Because you're like, no, I shouldn't do that again because of what came out.
This is very true.
Man,
This is very
I
true.
remember back in the days when we were starting up, we messed up. We messed up.
And you still mess up.
But you were very
we
daring.
still do mess
Yeah.
up. We still do mess up, but it's not the same mistakes. That,
Right.
It's new things, that we are trying out, and then we.
It's a
mess up.
different story if you
Yeah.
make the same mistakes over and
This
over
is true.
again.
Then
This is true. I think he needs an
something
applause.
else.
He needs give him one.
But I wanted to ask you, because as a creative, this show is mostly about creatives, but I know for some people they say, it's luck, but there's that particular moment that flips your life over, and then your life is never the same again. I want to know your thought process. What happened that day you were like, I'm going to Big Brother? Like, what were you thinking?
Let me take
You're in third year.
Yeah.
You're doing law. Like, how did you? That could not be influenced by your parents because I believe they will kill you.
Yeah, what are you talking? So let me take my mind back to those 2003. I had gotten my first degree at the University of La Crosse, Wisconsin.
What?
Yeah.
Let's go,
Lacrosse.
Wisconsin.
Oh my God!
Wait, but this
It's
guy.
not a joke. People see him there.
Meanwhile, you there's a way you try to fit in us, but you're bougie.
Yeah.
But
I'm telling you.
we'll get to that.
I'm telling
Go
you,
ahead.
this man is not from this world.
Let me start again. I went to the University of La Crosse. This is in the Midwest in the US. So I got
Mama.
I had traveled a bit back.
Yeah.
And I got a degree in political science with a minor in international studies. And after that, I went back to, because at the time, we had left Uganda many years ago. So at the time, my parents were in Lesotho, Southern Africa. So after I graduated, I did some cheyo for about a year.
Hey.
Just, working, hustling, trying to make a bit of money. I left the US, went back to Lesotho. I was about to go, after about a year, I was about to go to the University of Cape Town to do a law degree. My dad got me a place. He had suffered. He had managed to find some kind of small money. Then at the last minute, I was like, but wait a minute. Why am I always going to be a foreigner? Why don't I have my own country with my own people?
So your parents were expatriates?
Well, no, they left. This was during the whole Idi Amin time. They fled.
Okay.
For lack of a better word, they fled for their lives. So when I told my dad I want to actually, Dad, I want to go back to Uganda. He said, what? I said, yeah. He said, okay, you've not been there in 18, 19 years.
Yeah.
How are you going to manage? I said, Dad, I will figure it out. So that money I had saved during my cheyo. So my dad got me a place. But after that, all expenses were on you. So I was putting myself through school. This guy, once I got here, yes, I'm paying for, the lodgings, I'm paying for books. But meanwhile, I was on this guy. So the money was being eaten up very fast. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to sustain this. Either I have to stop pushing a pint or I have to stop going to school. Be focused, Gaetano. I don't know, at that time, my cousin is like, yo, man, there's this show called BBA. What is BBA? He said, no, it's called Big Brother Africa. I had no idea what it was. None.
Wasn't that the first
I think so.
in Africa?
I think
was.
so.
It was. They had done Big Brother South Africa, but it was the first inaugural BBA.
Yeah.
So he tells me about it. I'm like, I'll get the forms and I'll fill them out. And it was a short window. So,
but you didn't know exactly what it
I
was.
didn't know. He said it's a reality show. He kind of explained to me, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because remember at that time, reality TV was not big
it
here.
wasn't.
So Munange, I get the forms and I fill them out. And he told me that he's also going to go, my cousin. He never went. So I see him the next day. I said, boss, did you go? He's like, no, I didn't go. I forgot. But like, you man, you told me to go.
I forgot.
So the next thing I know, I go for the first audition. I get through that. I go for the second because you got their levels. And it's getting deeper, more psychoanalysis. Who is this person? What do you like? What don't you like? If you're put in this room and you had this, what would you do? Tell us about your big brother. So it's like a trick question. Tell me about my big brother. I've never done the show Big Brother. I'm assuming you're talking about my elder brother. So I talk about my elder brother. Like, this guy is switched on. So fast forward, next thing came down to me and two ladies who were the final people to
from Uganda.
From Uganda, yes. And they fly us to Kenya. I had been pushing a pint the night before with my boys. So I finished, it's now 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I go home, I shower, get on a Bajaj, find what is it called? Those times there were no Ubers. Get a special. Airport. I go to Kenya, I do the interview, and they say, okay, thank you very much. We shall get back to you if need be. I come back to Uganda, move on with my life. I was in a lecture room when I got the phone call. No. It was an SMS. There was no WhatsApp.
Of course.
SMS, short messaging system. Hey, my guy. Lecturer is talking. I'm there. It's hot. I'm tired. It's a Friday. I want to be with the boys. I'm like, what is this message? And it was a message from DSTV because DSTV was part of this, of course. And they say, the message said, hey, Gaetano, this is so-and-so. You have been chosen to represent Uganda in Big Brother Africa. We will be talking to you very soon. Now, I'm in the lecture room. The lecturer is talking, but his mouth is moving. I'm not hearing anything.
Oh my God. I can imagine that.
Because it didn't. I'm like, okay, so what does that mean?
Exactly. What does it
represent Uganda?
Do I leave now? Do I stay?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So long story short, after that, the process began. Of course, I couldn't tell anybody because you had to keep very quiet.
Course.
Yeah, they told you keep quiet because it'll ruin the surprise.
Oh, okay, I get it.
So that's how it started. Next thing I know, now the money I had left over for school, my boy. Anyway, friends can be such bums. Friends can give you such bad advice. So my friend is like, so Gaetano, that money that you had for school, which you had left over, oh, well, we eat it because now you're going to South Africa.
Yes.
And of course, who am I to say no? I said, we eat.
Eat that money.
And we ate that money. Fast forward, BBA comes. I was there for the full 106 days. I did not win, but it's okay.
Yeah.
And then the rest is history.
When you're in that house, does knowing that there are cameras, does it bother you, or you completely forget it at some point and live your lives normally?
The good thing, and perhaps the bad thing, depending on how you look at it,
Yeah.
is that we did not have a yardstick with which to measure.
Yeah.
There was no Big Brother Africa
True.
before us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we went in there, we were totally naked.
Yeah.
And we did not have a reference point.
Yeah.
I must do this, I mustn't do this.
Yeah.
Munange, you enter the house. So initially, I was a bit, okay, you know, and but then I was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So after about a week of sort of, I said, you don't know where the cameras are. There's one-way mirrors.
Yeah, you don't know.
So
Yeah.
it was a bit. I said, you know what? Let me just enjoy myself, because if I have to go home, at least let me blast.
Yeah.
So that's when, after about a week, I switched up and I said, let's enjoy this thing, and I blasted.
I
I
think
tell you had already eaten the money.
You understand?
So you're like,
there's nothing to go back to.
Yes.
that's a good strategy. You're like,
Like,
there's nothing to go back. Hey, katunyumiro wano.
It's like people who say gluten your mwega. Let's just drink it here.
Yeah.
So that when we go there.
In heaven, there's no beer.
So at what point did your parents get to know that, hey, I'm off?
So when I came to Uganda, I was put under the custodian of my uncle, my father's brother. So my dad was in Lesotho still. So being under the custodian, they had to know, because cameras came to the home. They took pictures of the family. Because you have to do this whole sort of, who is this person, where does he come from? And they do interviews with the family, take pictures where you are, to do a profile of you. So they got to know. But I had not yet told the Muse, who was still in Lesotho. I think he got to find out when I actually entered the house. I never told him. I never told him. But by then, really, it's too late. What is he going to do? Come to the house and take me out? So that's when he got to know. Okay. But he was very cash. You know, I think he's like, oh, why? He's paying his own money. Those are his things. The school money, if he wants to eat it, those are his things.
Your parents seem to be, they must have been very exposed and, you know.
I think my parents,
not too uptight.
I think my parents were not conservative. They allowed you to express yourself. Of course, be behaved and have manners, and there's certain things you can't do, respect for people and all that. But they let you be yourself. They allow you to grow. And as a result, each and every single one of us are doing such diverse things.
Yeah.
How many are you?
Those I know of, or what?
The ones that were declared.
Are you all Kagwas?
Yes.
Okay, how many Kagwas?
Not so much Kagwa. It's Kagwa with a single G, so we're Kagwas.
Kagwas.
So we are elder brother, me. We were 6.
Okay.
Yeah. One passed away, the youngest, so we are 5. But then, of course, there's the extended family, which we also, as in African culture, in our culture here. My cousin is my brother. My all cousins, brother, sister, like that. In fact, my in our homes, my brother's children are my children. So they don't call me uncle.
Yeah.
They call me Daddy Gaetano.
Yeah.
And what that does is that it brings the family close, especially with the younger generation.
Yeah.
Knowing that, okay, my father is not there, but Daddy Gaetano is here.
Yeah.
He's daddy.
And
So
I
that's
can
what
go
we
to
do.
him.
That
Yes.
figure.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We do that with daddy and mommy as well.
That's so cool, man. That's
So all you guys are doing different.
Oh yeah, all kinds of different things. One is an accountant. The other one is an IT expert.
Awesome.
The other one is in events. The other one is into therapeutics. Me, I'm acting, and here on master bus. You know, everybody's doing something different, and we sort of sometimes use what other person is doing to help us do what we got to do. So you work together sometimes.
Do you ever regret anything about Big Brother? Like anything, would you say that I wish I shouldn't have, I wish I didn't do, or you're like, everything that happened, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason. So no, I don't regret anything. If I could go back, I don't think I would change anything.
Yeah.
I'd do it the way I did it before, and you got to carry your cross, my friend.
Yeah.
You got to carry your cross. But it was so much fun, so much fun.
I remember there's this one night back in the days of Benon and Vampos. I think MTN and DSTV organized a party for you guys. Maybe you don't even remember. We were hired to perform, and we came to perform. And you got up and joined us and danced with Abby.
Okay.
And it was such a big deal.
Oh, yeah?
For us.
Oh, really?
For it,
Hey, you pay me. You pay me.
You have no idea. Yeah. So the next like 3-4 days we were in the papers. Of course, they were talking about you.
Yeah, but you're right. You're right.
We were
right in that wave.
there, Gaetano, getting down with Abby.
Yeah.
And we're there also.
Benon and Vampos, you guys were something else.
Man,
you guys were something else.
Twage zako. No, Steve atuzalawa.
For those who don't know, those who are watching or listening to the show, Gaetano was the first Ugandan in Big Brother Africa.
And I think the most successful.
Yeah, in terms of how far he
for lack of a better word, the one who has milked. Guy, let's step away from that. We see you acting, and hey, man, Ochukba, Ochukba. Is that something that you just enjoying on the side, or you want to be serious about it? And
it's something I want to explore. I love acting. They say the world is your stage, and already we're all actors on this stage. Already. Can I get an applause?
Bro.
Wait, man, this virtual crowd, eh?
Yeah, but no.
The Kazungu is too much.
The world is a stage,
Yeah,
and
it
we're all
is.
acting.
We're all acting. But now, when I was in high school, I did a play. I was in a play called The Crucible by Arthur Miller. And I got the lead role.
By the way, I was going to ask which school. Then I remembered that
you don't want to take us back. Well, for you guys who are acting so much into a Nambi, we were doing The Crucibles. Hello.
Okay, my bad.
Okay.
My bad.
Yes, please go ahead. The Crucibles.
It was called The Crucible. And it was theater. Of course, back then, not TV, not online. It was, theater. And I played the lead role of, the main character was called John Proctor. And John Proctor was an anti-hero, so to speak. I mean, he had a big rise, then a fall, and I won't go into the details of it. But you had to learn your lines for the entire play. The entire play.
Yeah.
Do you understand what that means?
No improvising.
No improvising. Know your lines. Of course, you can improvise the lines slightly, but keep the
concept.
the concept of what you're saying. And what I did, you talked about tapes earlier on, putting a tape inside, and so I got my sister to do all the lines that were before mine, and we recorded it.
Okay, yeah.
So she would say the last line, then I'd say my line. Then she'd go somewhere else.
So they were like your cues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I put it inside a tape deck. Apart from reading and rehearsing and whatnot, I'd get this tape and I'd put it into a tape deck, press play at night. And now the good thing, it had auto reverse.
Yes.
So I'd lie in bed as I'm going to sleep and I'm just hearing the lines over and over and over. So by the time it came time for the play, I had the lines here. Oh, a few mistakes here and there. But what I'm driving at here is that was my first experience at acting. Now, you have auto cue, you have this, you have that. Cut. They say theater is a lot harder, and theater is real acting.
It's
not
real.
Not this business.
Because it's in real time.
Exactly. Not Avengers. Avengers, they say. Not Avengers. But real acting. If you want to see a real actor, go see them on stage on theater. So now where I am, I love local productions. I'm doing something called JDC. I have a role there. And
I featured also.
you man, by the way, you entered.
They broke my virginity when it comes to acting.
Benon. Wow, they broke your virginity in many ways. Anyway, back to the point. That is something that I do enjoy. I enjoy acting. And especially when you are showing what skills that industry we have here in Uganda. The young people who are doing these things, it's amazing. Behind the scenes, what. So when I get a role, I read it. You know, if I like the role, we negotiate and I do it.
Does that part of negotiating, does it kill the art vibe?
You have
sometimes.
to, but you have to negotiate.
Yeah.
You cannot not, you know. Anything that I do, anything that you do, especially when it is commercial, anything, you are your own best investment. Every once in a while you can say, okay, but otherwise, never, maybe people will take this the wrong way, but generally speaking, don't do things for free when people are making money off you.
Oh.
and it's intentional why I brought that up, because as creatives, as artists, sometimes we don't even know how to bring that up. We don't know how to negotiate. We don't know how to discuss the business side of art. And it's a big challenge.
I really struggled with that starting out. Like you'd
but
have a
nowadays-
figure in your head, but then like, should I say it? Should I not say it?
Because you sometimes you want to perform.
Yeah,
you
you
want
want
the
to, yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Man, back in the days, us guys would pay to perform.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Sometimes we would pay to perform. You pay the MC man and nyigawo. Because you want the opportunity to, to be able to be seen.
Right.
Yeah. You need to put some bit of order.
You have to. Know your worth.
What are some of the shows that you're acting in, or movies or whatever?
Well,
that you've acted in and you're...
Right. There was, one of the first ones I did was Changes. I did Changes in Kenya. When I did a few years in Kenya, it was a series called Changes. That's, I think, the first time I really dipped my feet into the whole acting profession. So I did Changes. It was very nice. Then I came here and we did something called Beneath the Lies.
Man, that
Yeah,
thing
you remember that one?
was another level.
Oh, yeah. So that was my second experience. And now I'm doing, like I said, JDC, Junior Dramas Club. Anybody who comes up with something, if I'm not available, I'll be honest with you. Otherwise, I'll see,
Yeah.
So those are the things I'm doing as far as acting is concerned. Of course, one of the other things I started doing was emceeing.
Yeah.
For events.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Yeah.
You MC for an event. It could be a corporate event. It could be a wedding, blah, blah, blah. But I've stopped doing weddings.
Why?
And I'll tell you why. Weddings are wonderful. Very emotional. Two people coming together, they're in love. It's two families coming together to create one. Wonderful. Beautiful. Now, you want me to MC for that event? I'll give you my charge. Okay, many people say, Gaetano, that's too much. I say, yeah, I know it's too much, but you don't have to use me.
Yeah.
Please, but we want you. I say, okay, then that's my charge because I know my worth.
Yeah.
When I started emceeing, it was 2 million. Back in the day. So there's no way I'm going to charge 2 million now. There's no way.
Yeah.
But I say, you know what? By all means, get somebody else. I'll even give you some numbers of somebody you can use.
I think you and I are related.
Yes.
When it comes to that.
Yeah, go ahead, use somebody else. The thing is about marriages, I don't really know your story as the bride and groom.
Yeah.
It is your family and friends who know the story.
Yeah.
So pick a male and maybe a female who know your story and are a part of the family.
Sense, man.
And let them be the MCs because they have all the inside jokes about the uncles, the aunties, how you met. They can really use that. I have to sit down. And this is where I ask for a lot of money. I have to ask questions. Let's go for meetings and what. Now I'm going to charge you for all of that.
Yeah.
When you can have somebody who is your family member who will do it for free and with love. And let them tell your story. Otherwise, me, it's commercial. I'll be there. I'll do all the things you want me to do. But it doesn't have the same gravitas.
Yeah.
Let's take it. And that's why I generally don't do weddings.
Yeah.
But I still do a lot of corporate events. So that one is a different story.
Okay.
So you MC, you act, you do live TV show hosting, you do radio shows. What else do you do? Do you do any sports? Do you?
My guy. I used to. In my youth, I was a very good volleyball player.
Okay.
I was captain of my team as volleyball. Then I was signed up by, not too long ago, I was signed up by this club. What's it called? To play football. I forget the name. Arsenal. some team. Recently we played Manchester United.
I almost took you seriously. Almost.
But I play squash. I love playing squash. I try to play, if not once, twice a week. It's a very, very intense game. So it's a racket game. So lots of sweating and running in a short space. So that's the main thing that I do for cardiovascular or exercise. Yeah.
I find that game a bit
Bougie.
Besides being bougie, but it feels like it's dangerous. You can easily run into the wall.
True.
Or
True.
glass.
True. This is true. And the ball has even hit my lip before, and my lip became very big. You can't get hit by the ball. You can get hit by the racket.
Yeah.
But there's certain rules that try to prevent those things from happening.
Okay.
If you're going to hit the ball and the person is kind of in your way, you have to have the intellectual presence to stop. You say, I need a let, because if I'd hit that ball, that person was going to get injured. I would have hit that person. So there are rules in place to help you play the game, but it is a tough game. It looks easy.
It's intense.
That's the game where you hit the ball to the
wall.
Yeah.
And remember, if you hit it so hard, which means it's going to bounce back very fast. So
you have to use the angles of the walls.
Yeah.
Where is the squash thing here?
There are many. There's a Kampala club.
My friend, bougie people. For us, we know. For us, we know. But I know you know where you find the duel and
Matatu.
No.
Matatu, Ludo.
For your information, I'm a 2-time champion
of what?
Of the National Basketball League. I have my medals.
Which league is this? Minors? Children's?
No, national.
National Children's?
No.
He tries, by the way. He tries.
He tries, Bambi.
So, Guy, we're almost out of time.
All right.
But there's something I forgot to ask you when we were talking about radio. How much research do you do, or is that done for you? What do you do to prepare for your show?
Okay. So we come up with a whole bunch of... It's very important when you are sitting anywhere. You need to... An idea of a topic comes, write it down immediately.
Yeah.
Or nowadays, send a WhatsApp group, because we have a WhatsApp forum for our show. Immediately an idea comes, send it, because it's good, but then you'll forget.
Yeah.
There's a time I was chilling with Malaika. Yeah, she's my friend.
Okay.
And I said a funny word, and I saw her typing it. I guess that's what you're talking about. Like
yes, because
she wrote it down.
There's so much content out there that people have everyday life. So something will strike you, and you need to write it down immediately. So that's one way of preparing. So we have a whole list of things that we can take from our list.
Yeah.
But before you open the mic to talk, know exactly what you're going to talk about, and don't talk about it for too long. Sometimes you make that mistake, but it's very important. Less is more. Don't open your microphone and then jazz for 7 minutes. Nowadays, there is the goldfish mentality. People,
the attention
3 minutes
span is
very short. So go in. When you reach your high, we know what we're going to talk about, but as soon as it reaches a high,
Yeah. Actually, you guys, I don't know how you time that. You talk about something, quack, 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 Gaetano unlucky in the morning.
I think also I can relate with that. Even in performance as artists or singers.
Yeah.
When you reach your high and people are screaming, even if they say one more, don't.
Chivem.
Once you try to be like, let me sing another song. No. Once it's there, you're
Yes.
like, guys, thank you very much.
It's called
see you.
the law of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
You reach your high.
Yeah.
Leave them wanting more.
Yeah,
Chivem.
so that they want to see you again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Chivem. So to a young Gaetano out there, a young creative, a young presenter, just throw us some nuggets, and just out of your experience, leave us something.
This, or what I do, did not happen overnight. It has taken time.
You paid the dues.
I paid the dues. Back then, we didn't have the platforms that we have right now.
Yeah.
This Gen Z generation, I applaud them for what they're doing. But it's all about now. I want now. Walk the walk.
Yeah.
Talk the talk and walk the journey.
1,000 hours, 10,000 hours. What? How many are they?
There are many.
Yeah.
There are many.
Before you start saying, no. And there's some people who have managed, and because nowadays you go online, you can just show your toe. A girl can show her toe and have. It's all about likes.
Yeah.
When you go for a function, or maybe they want you to MC a function or what, they say, tell us about your social media numbers. That's the world we live in today.
Yeah,
Yes, they say.
unfortunately.
They tell me about let's see your social media numbers. How many followers do you have on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. How many before we can? Then that also becomes a bargaining chip for them.
Yeah.
So, but after all is said and done, walk the walk. Do the time.
Yeah.
Before you can start there thumping your chest.
Yeah, I think we have a problem of entitlement these days. No, me.
Yeah. And that's not the world I grew up in. So that's how I sort of live my life.
So walk the walk.
So that you can talk the talk.
Yeah. So don't talk before you walk.
Gaetano, it's been a pleasure.
Do babies talk before they walk? Or they walk before
they mambo.
They talk.
They do both things
Yo,
seriously.
it's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Oh my God!
Thank you, Steve.
Let's do our trivia question thing.
Rapid fire.
Direct answers, no explaining.
And don't worry, they're not very tricky.
They are not.
I don't trust you guys.
Here we go.
Suit and tie, t-shirt and jeans.
T-shirt and jeans.
Any day.
Any day.
Acting or radio host?
Wow. Acting, because you have more to work with. Radio is a lot harder.
Don't explain.
Okay. Okay, sorry.
Morning or evening?
Yeah. Waving. Waving. Morning. Even though I hate it.
Okay. Food or the pint?
You guys.
Hey, let's go.
Is it defined as a food? Dude, food, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
English or Luganda?
I prefer English. I express myself a little better. Oh, I can't explain.
Don't explain. Choose
okay.
one.
Okay.
English or Luganda?
I've explained. I mean, I've told you English, but I love Luganda.
Uganda or Lesotho?
The pearl of Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
MCing or live TV host?
Live TV host.
Okay. Thank you very much, Gaetano.
Yes.
Everybody, don't forget to subscribe, like, share. What's the other one, Benon? Leave a comment. Tell your friend, your mom, your enemies about the show.
Your frenemies.
Yeah,
Frenemies.
Master Bus.
Thank you very
Gaetano
much,
and
guys.
Lucky.
I'm on the bus still, eh?
You're still on the bus.
Kakati Masao.
Yeah. Masao.